Yeah, we literally had to drag him into the van to get him off his bike because he was in such a state. Yes, hello, welcome to another video. Right, this one is different. I've said it a few times, but this one is different. And there's one major reason. I'm not riding at the moment, I can't. As I mentioned in a couple of videos, I think I've got shingles. I'm not too sure because I haven't got a rash, but I have got this something going on around my waist. So I did ride the other day and I paid the price afterwards. I didn't feel too good for about 2 days. So apparently if you've got shingles, it really hammers your immune system. So that's probably what's going on. I've got a doctor's appointment coming up, so I should find out a bit more about it. But so this video is, as you can probably tell, in a shop. Well, this is my shop. I don't actually run it anymore. I own it, but my granddaughter Millie runs it with her other half, Harry, along with her dad, Pete. So the three of them run the shop, and the shop is slam69, slam69.co.uk, and yeah, this is it. So the reason I'm down here is for a couple of things. I wanted to talk about somebody who had a massive influence on my cycling later on in my cycling, not really a career, but my cycling journey. So I'll mention about him shortly. Yeah, so getting back to the shop, I won't go into all the history of the shop, but basically we started it about 15 years ago, I suppose, and it was sort of a BMXy, that sort of dirt jumpy bike shop to start with. I started it in my garage, couldn't cope, so we got this unit and haven't looked back really. But the shop has always been based around a workshop, and I'll just show you. Look at this, the ultimate man cave. I miss this. This is what I miss, having all this to work on things. Yeah, I think I've featured this. You may have seen this shop in quite a few of my bike videos to do with Smokestone, because obviously I used to work here. I don't work here now. It's all run by the three guys, and it's going really, really well. So it's basically internet and workshop. That's where it runs at now. It's gone really well, strength to strength. Millie, my granddaughter, runs it, and she does a fantastic, well, they all do, all three of them do a fantastic job of keeping things going. It's amazing how they can run it with just the three of them, but it works like clockwork. They stock all the good stuff, and even got a few of my frames left. Right, I touched on something else. I'll just show you quickly. I used to have a track. It was called Dirt City, and there's a few things. It's a bit of a memory corner, this. You can see here there's a few cutouts, pictures from the track that I had. This is actually signed by the riders when we had our last event. They all signed a big poster. Yeah, it's good. Great times, great times. There's lots of things in here. Oh, I've got my mount. I won a downhill national championship, British medal, but it was in a vets class, as you can see. But yeah, I won that, doing downhill racing. That's myself and my wife on another tandem. I don't know if you can see it through that glass cabinet, but anyway. So yeah, there's lots of things in here. But there's somebody I needed to touch on, which hopefully you can see in that picture. If you can't see that picture, what I'll do is I'll put a picture up. Chap here called Lee Fancourt. Oh, actually, before I do that, that picture there. Oh, you can't see it. Let me see if I can open this. Let's see if I can open this. Yeah, that's better. Right, hang on a sec. So, this picture here there's me and a lad called Jason Hughes. Now, Jason was my closest best friend. Me and him were on the same wavelength, really, really were. He holds several records, unofficial, for climbing hills around where I live. If you've seen me ride up Portway Hill, Portway climb, Jason broke the record for that climb. on a road on a clunky old mountain bike. He did it in 2.5 minutes, and I think the official record is 2 minutes 32 or something. But he was quicker anyway than the record that's recorded. But because he wasn't in the club, they didn't record his time. But yeah, he was something else. He died at the age 30. It was a real shock. But anyway, I've got a picture of him there. That's us sat there going through, having some crazy ideas about things. As I say, the other person I wanted to talk about, was probably why I came down here, was Lee. This is Lee Fancourt outside the shop. And I think this is before he was going to go around the world. It's either before or just after. Anyway, he rode around the world and unofficially went round in the fastest time. I think he did it in 100 and something days. His support was very haphazard. He had support in some places and not in others. But Lee, he walked into my shop. He walked into this shop. A friend of mine said, "Oh, my mate's looking to do something. Would you be interested in sponsoring him?" He said he's looking to ride around the world. And I said, yeah. You get this sort of thing all the time. And yeah, bring him in, So anyway, he wandered in, and Lee was, as you can see in that picture, is not very tall. And he wandered in, and I said, "Oh, how you doing? What are you doing then?" And he sort of shyly said, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to ride around the world." And I said, "Oh, how can I help?" He said, he didn't really answer me, and I just said, "When are you going?" And he said, "Tomorrow." So I thought, well, oh crikey, that's a bit short notice. Well, what could I help you out with something? Would you, could I give you a few things to help you out? So I gave him some lights, a shirt, and something else. He just said, "Thank you very much," and then off he went. And then we followed him, or the whole world followed him on Facebook. And he did lots of little videos. I'll put a clip of one of his videos in here, and you'll see he's a cheerful chap, as you can see from this.
Hello everybody, I'm buzzing today. It's my last but one day cycling through India. And I'm just so happy. I'm filled with overjoyment. I'm elated. This place has been absolutely crazy. I've got so much. Look. This place is just, I can't even explain to you how.
He was so cheerful. And the stories he told whilst riding on his bike really did inspire a lot of people. Anyway, this was the first time we met Lee. And after he'd finished this, I sort of really got into helping him. And I also supported him for the last leg of that around the world, around the UK. And he did the whole of from crossing at Portsmouth to Gretna Green, just over the border, then across to Newcastle, and then down to London in 2 days. He rode through the night, just kept going and going and going. Crazy, absolutely mad. And I met him, I finished with him, I got a photograph of him at the finish. And there was nobody there to greet him at the end. Anyway, I drove him back home, and after that he wanted to break lots and lots of records. So another record that he was going to go for was this one. Land's End John O'Groats. So that there was on the back of our van. That's a reflective. So we were a support to break the Land's End John O'Groats and back again world record. And I think he'd already set a few world records by now, but I'll just mention that because the sign reminded me. But yeah, he set off, and we got up past where was it now? We got up into Scotland anyway, up by the ski centre at, I can't remember, what's the famous ski centre up in Scotland? Anyway, we got up there, and he was being sick. He got food poisoning, and he just wouldn't stop. So we'd get him something to eat, and seconds later he'd be throwing it up down the road. And we were driving right behind him, just to try and make sure he didn't get clobbered, because it was obvious. He'd ride through the dark, right through the night. And we had to literally drag him off his bike after getting up to north of Scotland. Couldn't hold any food down. And so he failed that one. So that was it. That was probably his worst experience with us on a bike. Before that, he broke the 12, 24 and 48 hour distance record continuous on a bicycle off-road. And what he did was rode around the Forest of Dean family cycle trail for 2 days. So he smashed 12 hours, 24 hours and carried on and did 48. He's broke the record good and proper. And he did it on a fat bike. And if you've ridden around the family cycle trail, you'll know it's not flat. It's not bumpy, it's not massive hills, but it certainly isn't flat. And there's gates to go through and things like that. So he smashed the record. He got the world record. He held it for a while until I think it was somebody in Australia or somebody like that who broke the record again. But he did it on a circular cinder track, deadpan flat, and just rode around for 2 days and broke the record, which is Lee. I know Lee was not happy about that because it was not really off-road, if you know what I mean. But anyway, he got the record. He did it the hard way. And then he went on and did another one, the most countries in 24 hours. And he rode through 7 countries in 24 hours, broke the record, got to the end of the ride, or got halfway after doing 7 countries, slept on a piece of cardboard, turned around and rode back the same way, back to catch the plane and then come home. He didn't get the record because he didn't get a witness. He didn't get enough witnesses to say he'd been there. Even though his tracker showed where he'd been, and we could all see where he'd been, the record was not given to him. He got really quite miffed about that. And then finally, he broke the European divide. So north of Europe to Tarifa near Gibraltar. He did it in 4. So he broke the record, 4,000 miles. I'll put the details of it up. But he smashed the record. And the last stage, he rode 400 odd miles to make sure he got to the finish in time to catch a flight home. Absolutely incredible. We were there at the finish and he looked like a dead man cycling. I've never seen anyone so ashen. His hands were all falling, all cracked, and his feet were all cracked. He was so run down, unbelievable. How he didn't fall off and kill himself, I just do not know. We had champagne and flags at the finish to welcome him in, and he didn't want to know. He was out of it completely. We got him into a hotel. We had to carry him. Once he got off his bike, he fell down, and we carried him to a hotel, got him in a shower. He stank. I think his feet were rotten. I'm pretty sure of it. He absolutely reeked, even after having a shower. We got him dressed, got him into a taxi, got to the airport just in time, and I took him into the airport in a supermarket trolley, or in a trolley, baggage trolley. He was in such a state. Anyway, he slept all the way back on the plane, and then I've got another picture here of him with us at my son's house in Lydney, just before we got back home. But he broke the record, and I think that stood for quite a while. But what a character he was. So that was really sort of what I wanted to touch on while I was down here. There's a lot of memories in this place. A lot of memories. There's even more, actually, I've just spotted. So yeah, he had a massive effect on me and a lot of other people. There's something up here. This saw, Dorset Gravel Dash 2017, was won by Paul Spencer. And Paul Spencer basically started doing what he was doing off the back of Lee. Lots of other people started riding endurance just because of what Lee was doing. And Paul went from a couch potato or somebody sat behind a computer all day long to a super fit athlete. And he rode the Dorset Dirt Dash after riding from London to the start, did the event and then rode home. So they gave him that award. Yeah. So yeah, that was another another person involved with it all, Paul Spencer. There's some other things in here as well I've just spotted. Yeah, we did. I'm sorry, it's just turning into a bit of a life story. This shop has been responsible for quite a lot of things. We had a 4-cross team. See this? If you know what 4-cross is. Our team won 3 years running, I think, won the championship. There's also a picture of me there on a podium winning the gold medal. And the other picture is of a race team that I had for Bigfoot, my bike brand. It's the very first guys doing it. But yeah, the 4-cross team was amazing, absolutely amazing, great times. They won so many things. There's a team cup winner there, 2014, won £1,000 split between them. Yeah, there's all kinds in here. And also we had a national champion, as you'll see here. That's Luke Limbrick. He was in our 4-cross team. And he won the national championships. He became 4-cross national champion. Can't remember what year that was. But again, that was sorry, you can't see it very well. That was a great year. Riding for Dartmoor. We had Dartmoor bikes then. The shop was a distributor for Dartmoor bikes. And yeah, really great memories, great times. There's a lot of memories in this cabinet. These other pictures are from our track that I had in Cranham. This is from an MBUK write-up. And lots of other things. Yeah, great memories. Now this is more recent. This is from an events. I had an events business called Mean and Dirty Events. We held quite a few events. This one's called the Mad Axe and Adventure Cross. I ran this with a friend of mine, Andy Gardner. And we ran events for quite a while. We did cross-country events. We did, say, the Mad Axe, this. And unfortunately, we lost the venue, so we couldn't carry on doing it. And I've since sort of started doing events again myself now. So I'm now back doing it again. Some of these things you just can't stop doing. Something else I'll just touch on. Obviously, I started up Smokestone. And somebody who I've mentioned before, a chap called Andy Deacon, here's Andy, he entered the GB Duro, and he entered it on a fat bike. In fact, I think that might be, oh, that's Andy there. He entered it on one of my bikes, a fat bike, and that's him there finishing. And he got 4th place. He's riding there. That's Lachlan Morton. You may have heard of Lachlan Morton. He's just broken. Well, he's broken so many world records. So Andy's quite. He has been and still is a really good supporter of my brand, Smokestone, and a great friend. What else have we got? There's so much stuff. I think that's probably all I want to talk about. As I mentioned, the workshops played a massive part. Well, this shop wouldn't be here without a workshop. It's what I did. It's how I got going. Excuse me. I've been a wheel builder for a long time. I mean, look at the Hope Hub boxes. That's a fraction of the Hope Hubs we've built. There was 2 enormous piles of boxes upstairs in the windows, and I think they've all gone now. Since I've left, things have sort of disappeared. I'm a bit of a hoarder of. It's just something, I don't know, that's quite cool. I think all the Hope boxes. But it's a fraction. We must have built thousands of Hope wheels now. Hope plays a massive part in the business. We do loads of parts. Every little nut and bolt, every little part, every washer, we stock it. But like I say, yeah, this workshop has been a fantastic part of my life, really. There's lots of mainly my tools are still here. Yeah, it's funny seeing all this because I don't really have much to do with it now. There's 2 workstations here because we used to have 2 mechanics. One left, and we've sort of managed, but I think the shop is about to get another one. So but we cater for everything. We do suspension servicing. Wheel building is probably the biggest thing, but we do service lots of people's bikes as well, as you can see, including e-bikes. Get a lot of e-bikes in because obviously they tend to eat their drivetrain. Yeah, stock loads of goodies. It's quite hard when I come in here sometimes to stop having new stuff for my bike, as you can imagine. Talk about the ultimate sweet shop. Yeah, stock loads of tyres, all kinds of stuff. BMX tyres, downhill tyres, fat bike tyres, enduro, road, you name it. Everything's here. All kinds of stuff. Handlebars, tons of grips, as you can see. Yeah, I didn't really want to make this an advert about the shop. It was more a case of what the shop's been for me, really. And hope it's been of some interest. Hope you found it at all, slightly interesting. There's lots of history in here. If you're ever in Gloucester, it's probably worth popping in and just having a look, nosy around. And you may even find something that you want to purchase. But yeah, it's good. We do Peter's stuff as well now. So yeah, I hope you find the video of some interest. It's a bit of a weird one, this one. Just a bit of a touch on some things. So like I say, I can't ride at the moment. I am looking to go, my bike's all ready to go bike packing, which is quite frustrating. And I have got a couple of things. I was going to go and camp tonight. I was either that or this. And I've decided, I thought, well, I won't go riding yet. Get and see the doctor first. Take it really easy and get rid of this, whatever it is. And I thought I'd just show you around the shop and talk to you about some of the things that have influenced me and others. Right, that's it for now. Massive thank you for watching the videos. Massive thank you for liking stuff, subscribing. My subscribers have shot up. I should be getting near the 2,000 mark. I never thought I'd ever be ever near have 2,000 people subscribing to my channel. And my last video has gone through the roof. I'm not quite sure why. I think it's something to do with YouTube, nothing to do with me really. But it's good. You know, the more people that see it, the better. It's nice to know what you're doing is of interest to people. I do love the feedback. I like commenting. I like to, you know, I like to listen to what people think, and hopefully, what I make in the future will be of interest to you. Okay, take it easy. Look after yourselves. Christmas is coming. Oh, I better not say that. Take it easy. Cheerio, bye.